Welcome to the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Wednesday, June 24th. This is Gina McGuire. Our fire potential impact map shows the record-breaking heat expected across much or all of the Great Basin through early next week as temperatures continue increasing, especially Thursday, Friday this week, and continue with the very hot weather through early next week. We'll also see a return of lightning initially Friday along the Sierra front and Saturday, and these storms will likely start out on the drier side, producing very gusty outflow winds. We'll also see thunderstorms expand as we move into later in the weekend over parts of western and northwest Nevada into parts of southwest and central Idaho mountains. These thunderstorms also initially will be on the drier side, producing very gusty outflow winds after a period of very hot temperatures, which will increase fire potential in these areas. We've seen very dry conditions over the last 7 to 10 days, especially over the western half of the Great Basin. However, we did see obviously a wet May and early June, which promoted new grass growth across especially Nevada and Utah, and as this grass dries out, this will allow for more fuel to burn as we move into the fire season. If we look at current conditions, the water vapor satellite image shows very strong high pressure dominating the southern tier of the country, and this will build west and north as we move into later in the week and through early next week, bringing very hot record-breaking temperatures to all of the Great Basin. If we look at our significant fire potential outlook, we'll see fuels significantly drying as we move through time from west to east across the basin, and now very critical fuels over parts of southern Nevada and into western Nevada and the Sierra front, with areas further north and east expected to reach critical conditions as we move later this week and through next week with the heat. If we look at the surface conditions, today temperatures will start rising to the mid to upper 90s over much of Nevada and Utah, and even into the 90s in Idaho and over 110 in Las Vegas, with still single-digit relative humidities and also poor overnight recovery. Now as we move from mid to late week, we will start to see some thunderstorms potentially move up today over parts of southeast and eastern Utah, and these thunderstorms may produce some rainfall. However, drier conditions will quickly emerge on Thursday across all areas of the Great Basin as the area of high pressure builds. Again, this will gradually see a significant drying of the fuels as we move through time. We also are highlighting those record hot temperatures over parts of the Sierra front in advance of the lightning as we move into Thursday and Friday. At the surface, again, temperatures continue to rise over 100 degrees over much of the southern two-thirds of the Great Basin as we move into Thursday, with still single-digit relative humidity. On Friday, significant changes are expected as lightning first returns to parts of the Sierra front and the Sierra and up into parts of northern California and Oregon, and these thunderstorms will produce very gusty outflow winds with the hot surface temperatures and will be dry initially. This will impact the Washington fire and also has the potential for new starts due to the very dry fuels in the higher elevations. Also, these hot temperatures will be significantly expanding over much of western Nevada and into Idaho as well. As we move into the surface conditions on Friday, again, temperatures continue to warm with still single-digit relative humidity. However, we will start to see some of that moisture work up its way into the Sierra. Now looking at this weekend into early next week, the strong ridge of high pressure now dominates all of the west, and we're seeing areas of lightning now highlighted over parts of California, Oregon, and still into the Sierra front in western Nevada on Saturday, along with very hot record-breaking heat, which will again rapidly dry the fuels. So now we're starting to see lightning in other geographic areas, not only parts of the Great Basin, but also areas west and north. If we move into Sunday, again, this lightning threat expands, with the initial day or two of lightning being on the drier side, producing very gusty outflow winds, with the increasing possibility of new starts, which may become large fires in areas where the fuels are critical, again, especially along the Sierra front and into western and northwest parts of Nevada. And also by Sunday, we'll start to see some lightning move into parts of the central Idaho mountains, which after very record-breaking heat will also increase fire potential in those areas. As we move into early next week, we'll still see the very hot temperatures and we'll see increasing areas of lightning. However, thunderstorms will likely be transitioning to the wetter side as we move through Sunday and Monday. Therefore, we may start to see a little bit more precipitation. We will still be monitoring areas of northern Nevada on Monday as lightning initially returns to these areas after hot temperatures. We still may see new starts in those areas as well. By Tuesday, we start to see a little bit more moisture across the Great Basin, bringing thunderstorms with some areas of wetting rains, but again, this precipitation will still be rather spotty. Looking at the overall forecast amount of precipitation from Saturday morning from Saturday through Sunday and Monday, again, very light amounts of precipitation expected initially before the thunderstorms become a little bit wetter. Now we look at the fuels conditions, which are rapidly changing due to the very hot temperatures and will continue to change, with ERCs spiking now above the 80th percentile over parts of southern and western Nevada, and these ERCs will continue to rapidly climb. Also, live fuel moistures will continue decreasing due to the hot temperatures. In the 8 to 14 day outlook, looking into the early part of July, we'll still see above normal temperatures in the west. However, again, as that moisture works north with those thunderstorms, we may start to see above normal areas of precipitation. That concludes this briefing for this morning. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us or follow us on Twitter. Thank you for listening.